Things are looking really, really, really bad for Rudy Giuliani. Two of Rudy Giuliani's key employees have been arrested for their work in connection to Donald Trump's Ukraine scandal. And Rudy Giuliani himself is now under criminal investigation. It was a big weekend, that's for sure. The two guys we're talking about are Lev Parnas and Igor Fruman. They are associates of Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani is, of course, Trump's personal lawyer, or is he? More on that a little bit later. And they were arrested just before leaving the country on one-way plane tickets. Now, isn't that such an amateur mistake? You don't buy a one-way ticket if you're trying to flee from potential criminal charges. You buy a round-trip ticket, pretend that you have every intention of coming back to the United States, and then just don't use the return. It's an incredibly amateur move that these two guys did. In any case, their arrests are for a scheme that violates campaign finance laws. It relates to the pressuring of Ukraine to investigate and smear Joe Biden, as we've been following for weeks now. The charges are for illegal campaign donations, and it is all very, very dirty. So understand that the role of these two guys, they're sort of the equivalent of Trump's Watergate henchmen. They don't work for Trump. They work for the guy that works for Trump, in this case, Rudy Giuliani. And it's all starting to look and sound and smell and feel more and more like Watergate every day in many ways. They were trying to leave the country and were arrested, literal flight risks, trying to escape justice for their potential crimes carried out in service to their boss, Rudy Giuliani, who is, of course, doing Donald Trump's dirty work. And then, as if that wasn't bad enough, that gets us to Rudy Giuliani himself. We learned that Rudy is under federal criminal investigation for his Ukraine dealings. New York federal prosecutors are now investigating Rudy Giuliani criminally to see what lobbying laws, if any, were broken. Rudy Giuliani, asked about it, of course, says, oh, nothing to see here. It's all nonsense. I'm doing everything fine. It's all on the up and up. And now we will have to wait and see, will Rudy Giuliani end up charged, which would be just delightful if indeed his actions are worthy of criminal charges. We don't really know that much as of right now into about this criminal probe into Rudy Giuliani. We don't know how advanced it is. We don't know how long it's been going on. We don't know whether Rudy Giuliani will end up charged, and in so for what. But what is happening right away, and this was predictable, I tweeted about this just a few days ago. What is happening right now is that all of a sudden, Donald Trump is not sure anymore whether Rudy Giuliani is still his lawyer. It's kind of weird, right? Sounds like a joke. But I tweeted last week, half jokingly, that this was going to happen, and it is. And we're going to talk about that after the break. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at @DPakman. Follow the show on Twitter at David Pakman Show. And make sure that you're following us on Twitch, because we will be live streaming tonight's presidential debate, Democratic primary presidential debate, at twitch.tv/David Pakman. I hope to see you there.